Alright, what's up everybody? This is Ben with a very special little unboxing video of sorts. My package from Luca is here, Cloud of Craft Gaming on Etsy. So I did a custom order, which I'm pretty excited about, of the wood paste ships that he makes. I highly recommend checking out his Etsy shop. He does Return to Savage Shores, any customs you want, along with regular WizKids stuff. So pretty excited about this. I kind of pre-opened it because I don't have my tripod right now, so I had to use two hands to get the stuff out, and I looked through a little bit because I was too excited not to. But I'll get into this. So here we go. So one great thing about this was it wasn't even that expensive. All this I think was around 90 bucks, something like that. I'll recheck sometime, but so starting off, we have the Tempest. This is one of my Five-masters from Pirates CSG. I'll try to remember to include a link in the description. So right off the bat, I want to do a little sniff test with these, and they do smell, like laser cut wood, of course. And it kind of reminds me of like a cottage on a lake that I went to as a kid, when you'd have like a campfire down by the shore, like that smell of like burnt wood. It's kind of cool though. It's not like overpowering or too strong, but it's really neat. And it kind of reminds me, of course, of getting a baseball bat laser engraved in Cooperstown, New York, near the Hall of Fame when I was a kid as well. So pretty sweet. And they have like an antique feel to them. You can see the darker edges and stuff, and you can see a pretty hefty pile of mega cards. So if that gives any indication as to what I bought. So the point costs are kind of gonna blow your mind if you haven't seen my customs yet, but that's kind of inevitable, because I knew if I wanted to, my location has changed all the time this year, so it was funky enough trying to get this mailed out to me. But anyway, so I knew if I wanted to do an order from him, it was going to be decent size in terms of like the size of the ships and whatnot, and also in terms of customs, I wanted to make sure I got whatever like epic, super epic customs that I've made. So Tempest, he's got his little Cloud of Craft Gaming cloud symbol there in the corner. Tempest is a Pirate Five-master. She's featuring in Vassal Campaign Game 4 right now. So it's basically, if you roll a 6, you can create a whirlpool, and some other abilities too. So I'm just going to put the extras off to the side. And one thing that immediately stands out to me, he did consult with me about like artwork. I mostly just kind of left it up to him and did a really great job with it. You can see like the fine details on the mast. So this one has, the storm cloud with the lightning bolts and stuff. So plenty of cannons on the hull, which of course I love. And then here you see the other masts. I do like how the detail of the jib or the foremast sail, with the sail actually being kind of separated. I think that's a really cool detail that WizKids never really did much of, if at all. So very neat. And the next one, Smoke's Hands. This one even more expensive, another Pirate Five-master. This one's also in CG4. It's already featured heavily in that game. Vassal Campaign Game 4 being played by Xerix, myself, and Pirate AJ 14. Been going on since 2018. This year has seen some completely unprecedented, insane developments, which of course I've documented in extreme detail at my website, Pirates with Ben. So I highly recommend checking that out if you want to read some really ludicrous battle reports, and it might just get crazier, most likely. So Smoke's Hand basically has a keyword copying ability. That's why I made it so expensive. So it started out cheaper, but then I realized I need to really jack up the cost, because this can basically copy all powerful longship, so it gets really wild. And it has ghost ship built in. S+L speed on a Five-master is really good and pretty rare. So this one has an awesome graphic of like a hand coming out of the smoke near the artwork on the stern. And some nice masts there. Next one, Grand Apocalypse. This is a cursed Six-master, also from Epic Seas. 2 shots per mast, that's why it's so expensive. One thing I thought about with the cannons, because these are supposed to be 4L cannons, I thought about getting like a red colored pencil and then using that to edit the cannons a little bit to get some color in there. So this one's a nice, very good ship here. Really unique artwork here too, with the crossbones on the bow there. This one comes on 4 cards instead of 3, like the WizKids version. Nice demon face. The Grand Ocean. Jade 6-master with treasure ship built in, which we normally only see on the 10-masters. So I wanted to include that on a really cool, or like epic, kind of like grand Jade ship. They've got a ton of 6-masted junks in my custom set, and an awesome like huge wave, like tsunami type artwork on the stern. So that one is the Grand Ocean custom Jade 6-master. Figlar Castle. This one was just built in CG4, I think last turn by the Cursed. So this one is basically, you build it on a whirlpool and then it can travel through the whirlpools to other whirlpools. It can't move like a ship, but it can travel through whirlpools. So it's going to be really exciting to see in action, see what it can do. So Figlar Castle, custom fort. This one comes on 3 cards from Luca. So very nice here. Nice details on the fort, artwork on the walls there. And then we get into some Return to Savage Shores too. I didn't want to go all custom because I really wanted to have a physical copy of Namazu. So this one, if you know my past, I made some fleets with this. This is featured in Command the Oceans and probably other games. So this is basically a sea monster that can shoot a wave attack. S-wide, 2L long. Takes out 2 mass of every ship in the path of the wave. So this one is pretty crazy, especially when you combine it with like Admiral's Action or Lord Micron type stuff, and potentially speed boosters like the Hag of Tortuga, Sargasso Nightmare. It can go faster and potentially rip off 2 huge waves in 1 turn, which is pretty crazy. And of course, this is one of my favorite things about Luca's stuff. He's customizing the sea monsters or the sea creatures. So this one, Namazu, has this crazy, this massive evil looking head. And it's got like extra fins on the body and tail area, so very impressive. I love how he's like customizing it even beyond what he normally would do. So very neat. So and then here come all the mega cards. So I'll just say it right now. All of these are 10 masters. So I ordered 7 10 masters from him. So I've got both Return to Savage Shores 10 masters and then 5 custom. So we'll check them out here. So the Zanfu from Return to Savage Shores, this one's wicked good. S+S speed. So that's right off the bat, it's like almost overpowered. For 25 points, S+S speed on 10 master is extremely good. I kind of proved that in Vassal Campaign Game 4. This would be really interesting to see played competitively, or maybe semi-competitively, as potentially the second best 10 master in the game. For like somewhat standard games, like 40 points, maybe 50 or 60, maybe 60 at most in terms of staying competitive. I just think this one, with that speed, and obviously some of the other stuff, starts us away from the home island, dories built in, and it does have Huang Bai, the linked crew, has sack and treasure trading, so pretty decent linked crew, but especially with the speed, the American connection, and then all for a pretty affordable cost, only 2 points more than the Zeus for, you know, of course you'll put a helmsman on it, so SSS speed, which on a 10 master is pretty scary. So the Americans kind of showed that off a little bit in Vassal Campaign Game 3. And now we'll see some of the other cards. So this is really cool too, because this is Return to Savage Shores doesn't have any ship artwork, hardly any crew artwork, so it's really neat to see what Luca did with this. I could see, if his stuff becomes popular enough, or if it already is, I could see his stuff kind of becoming like a baseline artwork set for RTSS, actually. Because most people haven't made, I know Cannon Fury actually made a 6-masted version of, I'm pretty sure it was the Zanfu, but I think it's still up at his site. So anyway, so very cool stuff here, the Zanfu, and then we get into Fortaleza, the Spanish-leaning 10 masters, still mercenary of course, but so this one's cool. Linked crew, Vinicio Castillo. This one is one of the, I would say one of the more boring 10 masters. Maybe I have a little anti-Spanish bias at times, so maybe that's why I say that, but I love the artwork though, with the fortress on it, on all 3 of the main masts. So very awesome job by Luca with the artwork. And then, oh, I didn't even see this. This is cool too. It's like a lion or some kind of beast with the fortress shield. So that's a really cool detail as well. True to form 052 as a card number. Last game piece in the Return to Savage Shores set, which of course was never released. So this is cool to have essentially chunks of RTSS in physical form. And some people, at least one person, has already ordered a full set of RTSS from Lucas. So that's cool because they'll actually get to see the whole thing. Alright, so next we have the Storm Cloud. This one is featuring in Vassal Campaign Game 4 at Fog Hopping 10 Master. So this one I love the artwork on. So it's got like a cloud with an eye, and then like lightning bolt, like sword type design coming down from it. So really neat. And then it's got like a hand with the sword, and then similar at the stern, but coming out of a cloud. So pretty sweet. And then more lightning off the bow from a cloud there too. So. And then Notion of Grandeur, 55-point mercenary 10-master treasure ship, dories, S+S speed, crazy linked crew. I'll put a link in the description so you can check these out in the customs database. All these customs are mine from Epic Seas, Pirates of the Epic Seas. So cool helmet, kind of reminds me of like the Spartans or whatever. Cool helmet and designs on the sails, and on the decks, and on the hull. So that'll be a fun one to try out. I haven't used that one in any games yet. And next is Chimera, Divine Beast of the Apocalypse. This is a cursed 10 master with S+S speed. Only 5 cargo, but 36 points. And some fun abilities, good firepower. And then Dorgon the Magnificent, I found artwork for online when I made that custom crew, probably in 2018. And then I had Luca do that very similar, pretty much the same custom crew artwork on the crew chip. So this one is actually accurate to the artwork that I had in mind, or exactly accurate, linked of course. So that one is crazy. So just the ship and link crew alone come to 51 points, and then with other crew of course probably get to at least 60 plus. So this actually has one of my absolute favorite, this is probably my favorite hull artwork of anything Luca has done with the ships. So basically the Chimera, so it's got like the 3 different heads with the goat and the snake and everything, and then it's like breathing out like fire. It's almost like these evil demons on the horses coming out. So it's crazy. It's just, I love the detail of it too. It's actually really pretty intricate. So pretty much on par, if not above, what WizKids did. So some pretty amazing artwork on the Chimera. Hell's Brethren, this is Xanthalos' ship. He's like the signature evil curse crew. I mean, there's a lot of them, but he's pretty much the top dog in Epic Seas for the cursed. So just super powerful. All 2L cannons, S-board, Massacre 8 cargo, and then Xanthalos, of course. This one is really cool. It's got flames all over the place. Kind of like that's kind of what I had in mind for it. Kind of like the Dragon's Breath a little bit from Davy Jones' Curse, but just amped up to an extreme. It's like a flaming war brethren chariot from hell. So, and then you see it a ton on the side, and this is where same with the next ship, which is the last one. I specifically requested to Luca to make 3-decker 10 masters for these last two, because this one has all 2L cannons. And one of the things I was really interested in with the game as a kid was counting up cannons on the actual artwork, and that's how many cannons the ship actually has. So I think the maximum was 90 for like the Deliverance, the Titan. That's the Ocean's Edge Deliverance, I should say. HMS Lord Algernon, which is my favorite ship, and probably a few others, but that might be it. So maybe the Swallow. But there's not really any true 3-deckers, at least in the conventional sense, from WizKids. Some of them technically have 3 decks, sort of, when you count like the open decks on top, but I really wanted, for these last two super heavily armed 10 masters, I wanted to have 3-decker 10 masters. So you can see 3 full gun decks. So pretty wild. So, and then last but not least, Chimeratron Legacy. This one was launched by the Curse and Vassal Campaign Game 4 recently, and is the craziest custom I've made, pretty much. Maybe I have even crazier, they're just not as crazy expensive. So 90 points, 12 cargo, ludicrous ability set, and it's ridiculous. And the crew setup I have on it in Vassal Campaign Game 4 is totally absurd. So we'll see if she can be stopped or not. So some artwork there on the sails. And this is one of my favorite artwork too. So it's got kind of like demon Chimeratron type stuff at the bow and on the stern. And then it has also 3 gun decks. So this one is also extremely heavily armed. Pretty much 2S and 3L guns. So triple gun decks here on the Chimeratron Legacy. So that sums up my custom ships order from Luca. I'll include a description below. I'll link in the description below for Cloud of Craft Gaming on Etsy. I want to thank Luca for doing such a great job with the artwork and providing this stuff for affordable prices. It's really cool to see custom ships finally. This is finally bringing some of my customs off the spreadsheet, if you will, or off the paper, which I didn't have before today. So thank you for that, Luca, and thanks for watching. Like and comment and subscribe if you'd like. Question of the day would be, have you made any of your custom ships in physical form? And if not, have you considered placing an order with Luca, or just making your own via 3D printing or some other method? So thanks again, and I'll see you soon.